Hey everyone, it's Tracy. Welcome back. This is day 2 of the 12 Days of Christmas. I'm using this beautiful paper by My Mind's Eye. I got it at Tuesday morning. At the time that I was filming this, I thought I only had the 6x6 pad, but actually I have the other My Mind's Eye in the 12 by 12. I bought two collections. They're very similar. I bought a combination of both, so I could uh, use both of them at the same time. And I'm going to use, the 6x6 pad. I'm cutting it down to 4x4, and the floral paper is like a poinsettia. And once again, it is red, not orange. So every time I guess you watch my videos and you think that it's orange, it's really red. Yeah. So I'm going through these cards, and I'm going to tell you, these little journal cards, I went through them 4 or 5 times, and you'll see. Um, Originally, when I had made this video, when I was starting it, I was going to do it as a real time. It was an hour and a half, and I thought, I cannot do that to you guys. I cut out so much, and I'll tell you exactly where I spent a lot of time. And this is one of them. Going through these cards, I'm trying to find something to put next to the photo. Now, the photo is me. This is me last year. It was at the Christmas party that my boss had at her daughter's house. It was so nice to have a get together with our office, our team. We call it a team, and she invited us over there. It was so lovely. And I'm standing in front of the goodie table with all the goodies, which is so ironic because I don't eat any of that. I don't eat any sugar. So, uh, yeah, my diet doesn't allow me to do that. So, but they sure were pretty. And her daughter was such a great hostess. She made a lot of these things. Oh my goodness. And I believe she was a caterer, so it made sense why everything looked the way it did. Made total sense. So I love the deer, and I love the fa la la. And the fa la la is going to stay, but the deer, I'm going to replace it with something else. I thought I was going to have the black as the background and just put those 4x4 squares on it, to make the grid, but I'm really not liking that. So I'm going to make it like a border, uh, like a frame to go around them. And then I also put something else around it. Yeah, this is going to have lots and lots of pattern, which is funny because I used to be, just a very plain, basic kind of person, not too much color. I would limit my pages to 3 colors, and that was it. But I am just really, the longer I've been doing this, I'm like, oh my goodness, hey, you can add lots of pattern and textures and in color, as long as it all goes together. And it was all from the My Mind's Eye collection, so I knew that I couldn't go too wrong anyway. Oh yeah, I love that deer. I love the buffalo plaid, the black and red. So I already know that I need to put something behind it, but that was just too small. It is a some snowflakes that I had cut out last year. And so I'm going to use this plaid. Now I can tell you, putting this plaid around this this grid took so long. I just cut out about 5 minutes of sped up, you know, um, video, in my editing. I thought you guys do not need to see that. It took forever. So I went ahead and I cut it out. So I'm still going through all my stuff, trying to make, everything the way I want it. I love that little gingerbread house because we were at somebody's house. And as you saw that I traded out that buffalo plaid reindeer for this reindeer on, white on black. I love the contrast with that. And then of course I've got to have some trees. There are different sizes and different color trees, so I don't put them all side by side like they are right now. I kind of split them up. And I love the flags that are up at the top. Those are going to stay. Those labels are not going to stay. Neither is that. So I think I'm about done with all the dies, the die cuts. So now I'm going to work. Well, I think I need to work on that plaid. And I'm going to trim it out and glue it down. And then I ended up using 2 sheets of the plaid because I kept piecing it because I really, really like it. So I'm going to glue everything back down. And the thing about plaid, if you sew, you know that you've got to match up the stripes. So I did. I matched it up perfectly. Believe me, I did. Now I don't have any chipboard on this page, so I am going to need to put some foam behind some of the elements. That little red and white stripe, that is actually from, that is washi tape that I put on white cardstock and cut out. And it is also, I believe that was from the Cozy Christmas. It's all from the same collection. I grabbed everything that I could find. Yeah, I don't need any more Christmas this year. And I want to try to use up as much as I can. So the photo is going to go on the foam, as you can see. And then, before I glue that down, I'm going to put a little notch there on the edge. Now, how I do my fishtail notches is I cut it somewhat in the middle. I just went up maybe 1/4 of an inch, and then I kind of angled it from the edge on both sides up towards the top of where I trimmed it. I hope that makes sense. Everyone has a different way of doing it. Do whatever you're the most comfortable with. I've done it but several ways. This is the one that I'm the most comfortable with. It's not always exact, an exact fishtail, but I'm okay if it's a little off. I'm okay with that. Life's too short to get hung up on little things like that, and it gives it kind of the homemade look. And anybody that looks at my pages, they're not going to notice. They are not going to notice. Yeah, perfection in scrapbooking, I don't really get worked up on it because it doesn't always work out perfectly. And I end up stressing myself out and like, no, this is supposed to be enjoyable. So I thought maybe I would put some black cardstock behind it. But once I put those little flags down, well, that took care of that. It wasn't going to happen then. So there you can see where I had pieced it all together. And then I used the washi tape to help keep it glued down, keep it adhered. And then I just used, my ATG gun to glue everything down. Lots of layers, lots of texture, lots of colors. Love, love, love it. So I'm putting that little label down underneath that deer because I wanted something solid so that she could see, at least try to see the tree a little bit. So that black and white tree needed to have something. I didn't want to use distress ink along the edges. So I'm using, it's by Faber-Castell. It is called the Pitt Artist Pen, and it's in, I think it's called like jumbo or big. I think it's big because it's got a big old B on the lid. And I just go along the edge, and I always do it from the bottom because I'm not always, I can mark on my piece, and I'd rather mark on the back. It's hard for me to explain without showing you, but yeah, just trust me on that one. I like this tree in front because I think it really adds some dimension, makes it look like the trees in the front yard. All right, guys, here's my close-ups. I do add some buttons and some sequins, and I don't show you that. But here it is. Tomorrow will be day 3. Make sure you check out the other ladies that are part of the group, and you guys have an awesome day. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.